me saying I got no tissues?
It's not my fault.
Oh,
I had a tissue storage in the back, but you guys went through them all. Alright. So today we're moving on with some more notes. And today we are talking about the sun.
Yeah.
And learning specifically about the sun and what makes the sun work. So what would happen if the sun disappeared?
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
We would die.
In 8 minutes.
No, in a few,
No.
no, in a few light years.
No,
Light years, right? Light years, I thought.
This airs. 8 minutes for the sunlight to get to Earth.
Oh, yeah,
This
'cause light
airs.
speed.
Still keeps the heat trapped.
What, doesn't that
It was like 8 minutes for
sun
everything to
keep
go
all
dark.
the planets and
Like,
stuff
we wouldn't know the
alive?
sun disappeared.
Like the whole solar system
We
basically?
wouldn't know it would
Because the sunlight
disappear
we
right away.
get is 8 minutes old.
Yeah, it is about 8 minutes old.
How do you feel about the
This
Ohio
airs.
train stuff that's going on right now?
Ohio train stuff? I don't even know what
There was like a train strike, right? And it like there's a bunch of like chemicals into the air, and apparently the chemicals that are like getting released into the air can create acid rain. So half of the U.S. is currently getting acid rain.
Please stop yawning.
But they said that was fine.
Oh yeah, of
Like
course
they
they
didn't
say
say
it's fine.
anything about it.
Just like that balloon from China was fine. Yeah.
It was.
I'm sure it's completely safe. But I'm sure with acid rain like that, there's probably not much you can do.
Yeah.
This airs.
So
But
that's-
like, there was like a way that they could like stop the wreck itself, but they were just like,
once the chemicals get in the air, there's not much they can do about it.
yeah.
So I'm sure that's probably why they are like, oh, it's fine now because once done, it's done.
I'm at the same planet.
Yes.
I'm at more
What,
planets than you.
doesn't that whole sun, doesn't that sun keep the whole universe together or alive?
It keeps our galaxy, but the universe as a whole is
Oh.
different.
That's why I'm mad as our galaxy. If the sun died, wouldn't it
What
the
happened?
whole galaxy just
Blew
die
up?
off because of the sun?
It would. The sun would, without the sun, we would have issues. So the sun is so hot that everything on it is a gas. It is, nothing on the sun is able to maintain a solid form or even a liquid form. Everything on it is a gas, iron, copper, aluminum, everything else because it is so hot. Everything is melted. Everything is melted. Because it is so hot. We have these rays that come out of it, that are gas rays that are kind of shooting out of it. The sun it's massive, especially compared to all of the planets. Everything could fit into the sun. The sun is so large that its gravitational pull is enough to keep all of the planets rotating around it. Alright, so the sun is one of 400 billion stars that make up the Milky Way galaxy. So it's just one of the many, many stars in this galaxy. So this is the star, the center of our solar system. So you gotta think of like, the solar system is what we are, and then the galaxy is the next biggest thing, which we're part of the Milky Way galaxy, and then the universe is bigger than that. So it goes solar system, galaxy, universe.
How many galaxies are there?
I have no idea.
There's like billions, right?
I think so. There's a lot. I mean, think of that, size of the universe thing we were playing with the other day. So, we are just a small part of that.
Does that make sense, like, are the universes is like constantly expanding, does that mean like our galaxies are also constantly expanding? They constantly get bigger and bigger?
Yes.
Isn't the whole solar system like going somewhere? Isn't it?
It's all
Infinite.
getting
We're
bigger.
moving to the left. We're gonna die.
No, isn't the solar system like moving as a unit?
No, we're just drifting left.
Like, isn't it?
Sure.
Don't they think like everything is like there's one giant black hole at the middle?
Not sure, I think so. I know that everything is expanding. Yeah.
Well, they think there's a black hole at the center of like each galaxy, right?
Oh, I've been to it. There's nothing. It's a rock.
Racist.
It's just a rock.
You know what the Big Bounce theory is?
No,
Like,
it's
it talks about like whenever we die out and Earth or the sun explodes, it's like gonna create another big bang, and then pretty much it's gonna restart everything. Like,
so what he's telling me is we're in a simulation.
yeah.
Kind of. I think Tyler's idea that we are in like,
A loop.
yeah, kind of a loop. But
Are we finna die and be dinosaurs again?
Go.
kind of like it's gonna rebound and it's gonna go back to a hole and then it's gonna expand out again.
To the dinosaurs.
Just like the dinosaur, right? I
Maybe.
remember that. I was there.
Yeah, I seen that before.
I used to ride them Brochiosauruses.
All right, so the sun is Earth's primary source of energy, and even though the sun is considered an average star, within our solar system, it's huge and it has a really large mass. Its volume is 1.2 million times as large as Earth, so it's considered average. It's not considered super big, but to us, it's big. It is average, but to us, it's big. So if we were to view the sun, that's how many Earths would fit in the sun. 1.3 million Earths can fit in the sun.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of a fun visual, really. 1.3 million Earths can fit in the sun.
Oh no.
What's the biggest planet in space?
She mean like a black.
That's not a gas planet. Is there any solid planets that could be that big?
I mean,
No.
not really.
There's like a certain limit, right?
Yeah.
To where it like becomes.
Yeah, there is like a certain limit before it becomes too heavy.
Yeah,
And it
it's
has
too
to
heavy.
shift to a gas planet.
Or it becomes like a black hole, right?
Yeah. Before it collapses in on
Yeah.
itself.
Or you just read.
So here's kind of a comparison. You can see the sun there in the background and how it compares to Jupiter, Saturn, and then here's the little planets over here in the side. So these are the terrestrial planets, and then these are the gas giants. And then the sun kind of there in the background. So you can see why the sun's gravity keeps the rest of the planets in check. It's just so massive as a star compared to the planets that its gravitational pull pulls the rest of them toward it in their orbits.
And then like if there was like a gas giant that was like mostly like flammable gases and you like lit it, would it then be a star? Would like that one chemical reaction be enough to like fuel it?
Well, it's not so much that the sun is on fire. What's happening inside the star isn't necessarily a fire, it's a nuclear reaction, which is a little bit different. We'll get more into it later, but what's going on inside the sun is the pressure is so intense, it's causing a reaction to happen. It's not like a fire.
Like when ice becomes pressure, it's not
Yeah.
like coldness.
Yeah. It's not like it's let's light a match and it's burning. It's something different.
Like if you had like a gas giant that had like a very small core and it was huge, made up of all like purely oxygen, and you just lit it.
Well, oxygen is super reactive anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's just like ignite.
That's possible. Yeah.
Thank you.
So the sun is made of gas.
Sorry, coffee.
Because of that, there's not really any boundaries between the different layers. Like we have layers in the earth. Like we've got the different crust, we've got the mantle. We can see these distinct layers. But because the sun is made of gas, it kind of all blends together. And we've got, the sun can be divided kind of into 4 parts, but it does kind of like mix together and the boundaries are kind of fuzzy. We've got the solar interior, the visible surface, which is called the photosphere. We've got the chromosphere and the corona. The corona is the atmospheric layer. That's the layer that is kind of visible, that you're actually, well, you shouldn't look at the sun, but that's the part that we're seeing is the corona layer. Don't look at the sun. And then also that visible surface, the photosphere, is the very, very bright that's kind of layered under the corona as well.
Yeah.
You're telling me they don't like the damn sun? Well, to me it does. That's the sun.
That's exactly.
But I wouldn't know, cause I've never looked at it.
You're not one that looks at the sun?
No.
So really, there's only like 2 parts of the sun and then 2 atmospheric layers. The chromosphere and the corona are atmospheric layers, and then 2 like parts of the sun itself. But again, because it's all gas, how do you distinguish between like the atmosphere and the sun itself?
Why don't we just cut the sun in half?
Because it's gas. How do you cut gas in half?
With a lightsaber.
Like,
With a knife?
Yeah, what would that be like if a meteor like ever hit the sun? It just,
it's probably burn up.
oh
What if it's a massive
before you
meteor?
hit it.
Huh?
What if another sun hits the sun?
Probably merge.
Black hole?
Super sun.
What happens of the sun?
No, it's just like a Gario, bro. It's just like,
What happens of the sun?
So the photosphere radiates most of the sunlight we see and can be thought of as the visible surface of the sun. So the photosphere, it's not smooth or uniform. It's not like constant up and down movements of gas, so it's constantly going up and down. It's made of hydrogen and helium. There's actually this song, I think I put the song in here. Have you guys ever heard the song? The sun is a mass of incandescent gas. Have you ever heard that song?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it goes over the.
Gigantic nuclear furnace.
What?
Play it.
What's haven't heard that song?
No,
Play it.
play it.
I think I put it in here. I'm pretty sure it's in here.
Ice not.
Do that.
It's just icing off, don't you?
What if I'm allergic to it? Huh?
Bryce,
Huh?
we know you were addicted to it.
Bryce, you used to steal the cream from my backpack.
No, I didn't. I didn't like the cream.
You used to steal this from my backpack.
Which one's the,
Did not.
asteroid? That's the asteroid.
But the sun itself is made up of 90% hydrogen and 10% helium. Hydrogen and helium, if you look on the periodic table, they're the first 2 elements. They are the lightest elements. So if you think about that Big Bang Theory again, the lightest elements are the ones that are, they should have traveled out the farthest, but they actually made up the sun and they stayed the closest.
You are weird.
Okay, so here goes back.
Hey, that's a good drawing, right? Good stuff,
Space.
I automatically think, the final frontier. These are the voyages. You guys have not seen that?
I have not seen Star Wars.
What's on Star Wars?
Whatever it is, I've not seen it.
The sun has shed light on our home for over 4 billion years. It will continue to do so for another 4. It is massive, almost beyond comprehension. Constant, yet ever changing.
Oh yeah. Right, so where's that?
Born from a swirling cloud of dust and gas, it is a giant fusion engine that drives the solar system.
Try as hard as I did.
Mine's pretty. I like yours.
It seethes and boils like a living thing. clouds of plasma rise up so large they would dwarf Earth.
Just comforting, you know.
Yes.
Plasma that's bigger than Earth.
I could definitely survive there.
But I had nothing for a girl like me.
Okay. We're not gonna watch the whole 3 minutes of that. Alright, so the chromosphere is just above the photosphere, a thin layer of hot gases. We can only really observe it during a total solar eclipse, and that's kind of this outer layer that we see during the eclipse. It's a thin red rim around the sun, so it's really only visible during the eclipse. And have you guys seen the eclipse? We had one.
Yes.
You guys would have been little.
Yes, I see nine six.
History
Yes, I see nine sixth grade.
said you probably would have seen it.
What movie?
7th to 8th grade.
I saw it in sixth
Eighth
grade.
grade, so middle school.
So,
Maybe not too.
yeah, middle school. I was in middle school then.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it.
So not too little then. So I'm not sure when the next eclipse is gonna be. 24? Really? That's just next year.
Wait again next year. Yes.
Guess so. Guess we'll all go
Do
see the
y'all-
eclipse next year.
Do y'all go outside and lay in the grass or something, see it?
You'll have to have special glasses, or you can do like the card with the pinhole thing.
I know you need special glasses, but I'm asking will the whole school just be outside laying somewhere to look at the eclipse?
The eclipse only takes about an hour or two, and
I know.
depending on what time of day it is, you can, and our location, you'll be able to see it best at certain times. So we'll definitely go out if you guys are with me anyways.
This is April 8th.
April 8th.
But what if we're not in your class and we want to go though?
Well, that's up to whatever teacher you have. Won't be up to me if you're not with me.
What if it's on me?
Then that's on you. My classes will go out.
It was on the
this
weekend
summer.
last year, or what, the last,
No,
not
it
last year.
wasn't.
but-
I remember taking my class out this year. We were in school. I was a teacher then.
I remember seeing it.
So
We
out.
were in school then.
Yeah. I took my students out.
You know what's called a dirty snowball?
I didn't really put an interesting fact, I just said it's made, it's, pieces of a asteroid.
So the corona is the outermost portion of the solar atmosphere, and it has solar winds that streams of protons and electrons flowing. So it's the very broad portion. Again, because it's all made of gas, it's hard to separate out. Very, very high temperatures, but it's low density, so it's very kind of wispy is a kind of a good way to put it. Even though it's very high temperatures, think of it as kind of like windy since it's low density. So winds of 800 kilometers per second, that's very windy. So very windy, but very hot. So it's so windy that it can escape the gravitational pull of the sun.
Meteorite, meteor, compared.
Are they taking tests or anything?
No, they're just taking notes.
Okay.
You need somebody to know.
I was gonna actually talk to you for like 1 minute out
Okay,
here,
that's fine.
real quick.
You got it.
Hey, can I teach?
No.
If anybody's gonna teach Bill, you're like, how many kids are in the class? About 12? You're like 15th on the list.
Get roasty.
What did you say I was too busy looking?
He said if anyone's able to teach, Delta's the 15th on the list.
What is the difference between a meteor?
I just
There's only
like
not even 15 kids.
Yeah, I would probably be at the very top.
No, I doubt that.
Why you got that?
Where?
Who do you think would be over there? Besides Mariah, because that's just cheating.
Tommy, I think
Tommy would be number one on the list, yeah.
Shut up, woman.
I definitely think I could
Totally
do it.
not.
I could teach.
I'd listen to that teach.
I could teach math.
I would put on my headphones.
Oh, math? Oh,
Alright, you little shit.
I don't know where. Man, I taught Bryce math his entire first 2 years here. You were sitting in the back of the class when Jacob for everything.
Oh, he calling you out, boy. As
That's
one
it,
is
Dylan.
charged,
You wanna
you
do
go to
it?
the office right now.
Why?
Nice work you tried to do. Alright, Jacob.
You gotta jiggle your keys at me.
I need a cardigan, man.
You need to go to the office.
You need to go to the office for that week that paper. So, now. Who did that?
Fucking miss fucking chocolate fountain.
In California, there was this big fat black lady. I don't.
Don't go for a story.
I don't remember what she was. I don't know if she was like the elementary school counselor or something. She was black, but I think she was just there. I don't think she was even employed by the school. No, I think she was the principal or something. But she came up to me like, I did something with Charlie.
Okay, makes sense.
And she just like,
I do something else. You call me bizarre.
I remember when I went to my next elementary school, I would piss
Why are
on
you
the side
saying
of
you
the
didn't
building.
sit there and
I
tell me
was
this
pissed on the side of the building.
I will shove this.
When I got caught one time, and then the ladies in the office heard about it, and they started like, that's fucking gross.
Dude, you don't think Miss Ayers would leave me in charge? I think Miss Ayers would leave me in charge.
She's leaving her
I think she
Nah, if Mariah wasn't here, I think Miss Ayers would.
One of them. Mac. One of them for sure.
It would be me, for sure. I'm like one of Miss Ayers' favorites. She don't understand, but.
Does she leave Fox in charge?
Hell, Fox would be like, I don't know. I don't know, it's a toss up between you or Fox.
What?
Who's last?
I can teach good. I can actually do good in school.
I'll give Jacob the credit.
I'm gonna give you like a 68 on the fucking asthma.
I would put Fox above those because Fox would do something stupid and I think it'd be really
Enough
funny.
to get in, enough to get so many jobs.
Same
Alright, Miss Ayers, we have a
guy.
situation.
Never would.
Well, I was gone for like
You
2
got an
seconds. How
excellent
can we have a
school
situation in 2
There
seconds?
was 13.
You
No,
wanna join the military?
you wanna hear my situation? The situation is, you're trying to figure out if you had to leave for a while, who you leave in charge.
What? Well, that would be easy. It would be Mariah.
That's what we said. We said not counting Mariah. Who
Well, not counting Mariah. What?
Yeah, because
Well,
Mariah.
obviously
why
I
if
would leave
I'm-
Mariah
why
because
if
she's
she's
the
Because
most-
she's the only girl in here.
No, not
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, well
what
then
it
next
is.
Sexist.
would be Tyler.
Why not them?
I'd say
Well,
Tyler
actually,
first,
they're
right
pretty
in
good.
before Mariah. All day.
Told y'all.
Mariah would be like middle of the list.
On
Why'd
God.
you pick?
Honestly, I would put me over Mariah.
Mariah's
That's
too
just-
scared of men.
You have a nervous breakdown.
No, Mariah could lay down a lot.
No.
No, she couldn't.
No, she could not.
No.
Yes.
No.
No, I've seen her
I
try to be
think she
serious.
One
I've seen
man would
Mariah.
scream at her.
She's not. She don't even get mad.
You should see me at work.
Okay, so
She
then
just
it would
turns-
be,
she
what
wouldn't
I
have
would
been right
probably do is it would be a joint effort between Tyler and these guys over here.
Those guys
I
over
think
here,
they're
Tyler.
just quiet. I don't think they could be loud enough to.
I don't think they can teach.
No, I think they
Tyler
could
can
definitely teach. I just think.
I feel like I could teach well.
I tell you what?
I could teach well.
Miss Ayers,
I
you
just
do-
need to know the material.
No, I definitely could be like the best PE teacher ever. Don't tell me I got a
PE, I
PE
think
teacher. Oh
you
yeah,
can.
I would
Or
be the best
space,
PE
I'm
teacher.
questionable.
Or math. I can teach math.
For real?
Dakota and Clayton could definitely do a good job. I just think they're quiet, so I don't know if they could handle the hooligans.
Dakota drops a sob. Dakota drops a sob. That's.
No, you're not getting my point. Oh, I left the recording on. Oh my goodness. It's still on the recording.
So guys, the structure of the sun. Corona.
Hey,
Not the coronavirus. What's our...
Go just slow.
Be quiet again. Alright, the corona. It is the outsidemost portion Yes.
Repeat that, please. I
We
couldn't understand.
already went over these notes. Go to the
Alright.
next slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next slide.
Good.
Alright. See, number one's question. Yes, sir.
Where's the core at?
Number one on the directly middle. See that white part? That's the core.
What's the
It's not
core?
really
That's not white.
It's more of a really bright yellow.
That's not white.
Sir, are you colorblind?
Ben,
Yes. Yes.
without looking at the answers, can you tell me what number 6 is?
Corona.
Just look at the answers.
Ask me a different one.
Sit down.
Alright, stop looking. Number 8.
Granulus. Knew you choose that one. I looked at it.
Number 4.
Alright. So Tyler. Alright.
That.
See,
Wow.
See,
number
first
one's
of all, a
the core.
teacher wouldn't tell the
Sorry.
students to shut up.
Sir, could you please be
Yes,
a little?
It's ma'am.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
He said, you want to see how easy it
Ma'am.
is to teach this?
Could you be a little less
It's David.
disruptive?
It's colonels.
That's a
You
good
think what I do
option.
is easy?
Yeah, I can definitely teach this slide.
Could you
It's
be
not Tyler.
Colonel Sanders?
It's not Colonel.
Tyler, good. John,
Right.
could you be a little less disruptive so I can teach? Please and thank
Call me
you.
the right name.
What is these
Next time,
pronouns?
John.
It's not John.
What are her pronouns?
Yeah.
What is your pronouns, Tyler?
How are you gonna stop this situation, David?
Oh my.
Okay, this is supposed to be science class, not fiction and film.
Miss Harris,
Yes,
All right.
I would probably be loud enough to teach a class.
What?
I could probably yell to teach the class.
Yeah.
Y'all stop talking. Talk loud. It's okay.
Funny
Teach.
thing you
It's
did.
okay. Go teach.
Miss Ayers, watch, right?
Because I'm loud enough about people saying
Miss Ayers, all you gotta do is be like, look,
That's
just
funny
by
the
the
second time
side.
you said it.
Somebody go teach.
You're squeezing the
Go teach those one.
squeezing the
Get up and teach.
all my interests.
Alright, so this is a Google Classroom. This, you don't have to write this particular thing down, but the layers of the sun will probably be on your test, so make sure you understand it. So the active sun,
Oh my god.
there are spots, the sun spots are indicated by the dark, and they appear dark because the temperature is about 15 Kelvin less than the surrounding areas. So even though they're dark, that means they are less than the surrounding areas. Many times brighter than the moon. So even though you're observing them from a distance, they are actually brighter than the moon. In the 1800s, an accurate record of the sunspots were started. So they started recording these sunspots as early as the 1800s. They are continuing to record these sunspots, and I don't think they change that often, but every now and then maybe they get a new sunspot. But it's something that is something that they can track.
Every single note. You take all these. You've been doing that the whole year.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Then I still score better than you on tests.
Shut up, no you don't.
I feel like you don't, though. I feel like you just like
I feel like no. I feel like Del. I'm
I'm
really
just good at
smart. He just acts retarded for attention.
Okay, hey, don't say
Sorry.
things like that.
I don't mean that. I'm sorry. I didn't even use that word.
Don't say that either.
Okay, I feel like
Get
Del
it,
is
get it.
actually smart, but he acts dumb for attention. Is that better, Miss Ayers?
I also have test anxiety.
So do I. I do bad on tests. I wouldn't know. I don't know the formula and stuff. I just can't take tests.
It's all fake. It's all in your mind.
But if
I'm
we
just
compared overall grades,
Mine's the best.
Overall grades in here, probably Mariah. Mariah definitely has the best over you two. She has like 2 classes.
Max got a good grade in here.
What's your grade?
I have a
35%.
35%.
I hope I have a good grade in
He
here.
also scored a lot better in the test than I did.
Who, me?
Max.
I just meant like in general. If you put all your grades together, Mariah's winning. She only has like 2. One of them is this one, the other one you got walk.
And I'm great at walking.
No, not fun.
Not hard.
Hey,
GPA is a really good indicator of
Well, for half the time, she was.
I got a 2.3.
Weren't you all a student? Yes, she was even walking.
I didn't even
Ron.
teach him. I didn't even
She was cheating. She was
Alright,
cheating.
so when
She was
something
cheating.
kind of arches out of the sun, it's called called prominence. It's a huge cloud-like structure consisting of chromospheric gas. They appear as these great arches that are coming out of the sun. So they can be really, really fast, and they're these ionized gases that are projecting outward from the sun. Usually they get trapped by magnetic fields.
Nice. Here. Very nice.
Quit throwing stuff, Jacob.
Shut up,
Throw a
Bryce.
rock at me.
No one's talking to you.
Mr. Bryce, I'll
And I
throw
just
your
talked to
math
you.
credit.
Jacob
out
got
the
me
I'm
to
window.
throw a rock at me,
I'm
and
talking
that
to
is
you now,
considered
buddy.
a
Assault
dangerous
four.
weapon, and I would like to press charges against Jacob Dunn.
How you trying
Hey,
to
go
catch
talk to Berkey then.
Can I go talk to Mrs. Burkholder?
It's-
Or sorry, Officer Burkholder. Thank you, respect.
Sheriff Burkholder.
He's
He's
a
not
sheriff?
sheriff. He's not sheriff.
Is he a sheriff?
Yeah, it is.
He hates me. Is that the? I don't know.
He's not sheriff.
Is he the darker skinned one?
He's the school officer.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a white bald guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he followed me home one day from school.
Really?
Yeah, all the way
Pulled me
home.
over before.
I've been pulled
For a
over.
lot of stuff.
I've been pulled over so many times, but no, he followed me. He was
I
like,
got pulled over twice and I got a ticket both times.
I got pulled over on a 70 and a 30 here. And he picked me up.
Yeah, no, what
He,
was
does, he
I
doesn't
driving?
give out tickets.
Like a 50 something?
You were going 35.
No, I wasn't. He didn't care about that. I also didn't stop at the stop sign.
You did all
I also
rolling.
didn't use my blinker.
I never did that either. But no, he
Or
probably
also
because
did.
your
didn't
blinker
use
didn't-
He was
So
in
the
his parking
solar
lot.
flares are brief outbursts that normally last about an hour, and they're kind of sudden brightness. They could potentially be danger to people on space flights. And then we also have things like Aurora Borealis, which are northern and southern lights that are also a cause of these solar flares. So they are like lights in the skies that are due to the sun kind of reflecting off of the solar off of the atmosphere.
Yeah, 23.
I just don't.
Because I was going 63 and 55, but the cop said it was going to turn to 40. I was going for that.
Mrs. Harris, can I go talk to Officer Burkholder about some new information about a crime that has been committed? What you point at me for, huh?
See, this one, these two can't, like, should not be the same question.
Math part 2.
No, you gotta let Max.
They got in a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Max,
Max
hurry up.
hit Jacob, tried to hit Jacob, and
No, Max was just pounding on my back, and I was just like,
Yeah.
Can't we all just get along?
man,
no.
Max, you were doing this.
Yeah.
This is.
Mr.
Alright, no, that's what you said.
Shout him out there.
What makes northern lights? That's my question. I forgot.
The sun refracting off the atmosphere.
Jacob listened.
Actually,
That is hard.
did I use the right term? Refracting? Refracting might be the right term, I think.
Let me make sure on that one.
You're both wrong. It's all your imagination. It's all.
Using science.
Right. Why would you dirty one night?
Because I wear this one ankle.
I knew that was a bad.
When charged particles collide with gases in the Earth's upper atmosphere,
I mean, with
And charged particles come from the
those
sun.
collisions produce tiny flashes that fill the sky with colorful lights.
And those come from
well,
the
red,
sun.
black, and white ones, they're like.
So,
pretty
I was
small
right.
and shoot, and then like perfectly far from the other. So
Charged
it's
particles like electrons and protons.
You might have won. You don't need one.
That was a perfect answer.
Just
Can
go
I
in
get
this store.
one right shoe?
Just go in the store and be
In
like,
this
hey.
size.
I just want this shoe. She was like, well, right.
Yeah.
Alright,
Walk
so
in
as
there,
far
find the size
as
you need, and
the
just walk out.
sun's interior, the interior of the sun cannot be directly observed. So what we know is based on information acquired from energy it radiates and theoretical theoretical studies. We don't know.
Oh, my car doesn't make that noise.
We don't know what the inside looks like. We are not sure. We've never been to the inside of the sun, just like we've never been to the inside of the earth. So we are making guesses.
The car.
We are really not sure what is going on inside the sun. But this is what we think is happening. We don't really know for certain, but we have some guesses.
Shut up, Jacob.
That's an unusual large one.
That's only, that thing's like 50 cents.
It was $1.70.
Delp's on a diet, Mizzou. Supposedly.
Drinking water only.
Yeah, why did you tell my dad that?
What?
That you were on a diet?
Why not?
But it wasn't by choice.
What?
Yeah.
It's not by choice.
Everybody
It's
should
not
Yeah,
by
it
water.
is.
That's how we told my dad.
We just tell our dad.
Oh no, I told you.
That you were on a diet and eating healthier, but it's not by choice.
No.
And you were making
Oh, my
fun of me
goodness.
last night.
When don't you make fun of me?
Well, we're running kind of behind, so
You
let
make fun of
me.
you with pictures from vacation?
Oh, look, we got one more slide left. We can do one more slide.
Just
Okay. Nuclear fusion. We're gonna talk about it really quick. The sun produces energy in a process called nuclear fusion. Some matter is actually converted into energy. Hydrogen atoms combine to helium. Hydrogen atoms combine to make helium. So basically the pressure is so much that the hydrogen atoms get mushed together and they make helium. And when the helium is made, some energy is left over.
No, I already know.
And that's the last slide.
Yeah, so now we got the sign up? He's sitting on the sign.
Please don't tell me we got another one.
Not giving you another one today.
Today, you mean you're gonna start one tomorrow?
Maybe.
Ah.
You guys act like I give you all these assignments. I give you lots of work days now.
Were you driving?
I spent all yesterday to work when I was sick.
No,
No,
you're,
that was when I was driving.
no, it wasn't. No.
And it's not due till Friday.
Like, the highway.
You're right.
Who was?
What? Who then messed up my car?
Besides, if I don't give you stuff to do, all you do is get in trouble.
That is not true.
That's the
Gotta
best
keep you
part of
busy.
school.
And then I was
Gotta
off
keep you busy, or you
I was
get in
giving
trouble.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good Valentine's Day?
Because we had a appointment.
Eh?
I was lonely.
You're lonely? I was sick.
I'm so lonely.
Valentine's Day is stupid.
This is so lonely.
Not a real
You're
holiday.
lonely. Shut up.
That is a tomorrow if I don't come back in time.
Okay.
What did you say about my sister?
He said
Alright,
Andy's
no comments about moms and sisters.
He said Andy's sister played you.